everybody. We're back again with some NFL football.
Football.
Yeah, we're already up to week 11. We're coming up to week 11 now, and we are getting down to the meat of the season now. This is where the teams make their playoff chances, or
They break it.
They break their playoff chances. Are you going to win your division, or are you going to be a wild card, or are you going to miss the wild card completely and not even go? So a
lot of stuff happened this week.
A lot of stuff happened, and it's some fun football. So yeah, before we do get into new Week 11 games, we have to do a little recap.
Yes, of Week 10.
Going to recap a little Week 10, and we'll just go ahead and jump right on down in that. Thursday night football, we had the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans.
The Colts had a pretty comforting defeat.
Yeah,
the Titans a defeat.
Yeah, the Titans. Now, one thing I noticed, the Titans' offense is actually really good. But their defense
is lackluster.
Now, right now, the state of the Titans' defense is going to keep them from going too far in the playoffs. I still think the Titans are a playoff team, but if they don't fix something on that defense...
They didn't hire a defensive coordinator. They just handed it to just a bunch of other assistants, and the results show.
They're not going to go very far unless they change that defense.
Or special teams. Special teams has also been a problem.
Special teams is a little bit, but when you let Philip Rivers look like John Elway, just marching down the field 8 yards at a time, then change a little change. Now the Colts defense is really good. That's what helps them in games too. Is their defense is probably it is a top 10 defense. So.
That definitely helps them out in a lot of games. A lot of the reasons why the Indianapolis Colts are where they are is because of their D.
They're really good D. Now, their offense is good. Philip Rivers is going to jump up and throw an interception here or there and cost them a game.
So that's probably going to happen in the playoffs, but let's hold our breath.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and jump on into the Sunday games. We had the Tampa Bay Bucks take on your Panthers.
And we played like a rebuilding team.
Yes. There was a lot of...
offensive explosion by the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like Tennessee, the Panthers are struggling on defense a little bit. Of course,
third down defense has been a struggle.
They've got reason for it. They're a brand new team with a brand new coach, with a brand new offensive coordinator, and they got so they're a young defense right now.
But third down defense has become a problem.
Third down defense is a problem,
and when you can't get off the field, that can also be a problem.
Tampa Bay had one of the worst third down offenses, if not the worst one, I think, in the NFL. But in the Panthers, they were like 80% on third downs.
That shows you the youth of the Panthers defense.
Yeah.
The best player is Jeremy Chin, who they got from the draft.
Mm-hmm. So they will be looking to rebuild in this offseason. But the Panthers are still, I think, a good team building.
Although they did get hit by Teddy Bridgewater's possible injury.
Yeah. Bridgewater gets a lot of injuries. Hopefully, that ain't anything that's going to keep him out for too long.
Let's hope it's not something that keeps him out for too long.
Yeah. We'll see. Now, we had the Texans at the Browns.
Ugly game of football.
10-7. Is that not a baseball game? The Browns won 10-7.
The run game got going very late and put the Texans away. The Texans couldn't do anything. The Browns couldn't do much of anything.
No.
To be fair, though, there was a thunderstorm outside, and
there were some
really heavy winds.
There were some really heavy winds. It was a really defensive ball game, a little offensive struggle. The Browns got the better of because the Browns had a better running game.
And the Browns have better offensive options, let's be fair.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. And the Texans can't even tank because the Dolphins have their first-round pick.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really bad.
You get rid of DeAndre Hopkins and you think, well, at least I'll get me some good picks out of it.
No.
They got a cheese sandwich for it. That's all they got for DeAndre Hopkins was a cheese sandwich. Let's see here. We had the Washington football team
Get squeaked out by the Lions.
The Lions actually won one at the last minute.
When do you see that happen? When do you see the Detroit Lions win a close game?
I guess when they're playing the Washington football team club.
Or the Falcons.
Or the Falcons, because the Falcons give them away late, yeah. But the Lions are the Lions. They're going to be there.
4-5. That's Detroit.
That's Detroit. We had the Jaguars at the Green Bay. Don't send me Tampa. The Jaguars at the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay actually had a little bit of a struggle with them.
Yeah, Jacksonville played up to their potential, pretty much. Or did Green Bay pull a Pittsburgh?
They only scored 24 points on Jacksonville, so I'm thinking maybe the Packers
slipped up.
We're taking this week off a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And then ended up having a really tough game against Jacksonville. But a W is a W. Good teams find a way to
win
those
bad
close
teams
games.
find a way to lose.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yep. We had the speaking of bad teams, we had the Eagles at the Giants. The 3-win Eagles
Oh my goodness!
are still
gracious.
the 3-win Eagles because the Giants beat them.
The Giants legitimately have a shot to get to first place in the NFC East now. Oh my goodness gracious!
Both teams have 3 wins now, right?
Yeah,
It's just the Eagles have a tie, which puts them in front of the Giants.
The Giants
Even though the Giants
only
have
a
the-
game behind them now.
They're only a half a game behind them because of the tie, I guess, now, yeah. So if the Giants end up tying this weekend,
The Giants will get first.
that's so sad. Let's just jump past that. That's so horrible. We had the Broncos at the Raiders. The Raiders looked pretty good.
The autumn wind flew through the Vegas air, and the Raiders buckled the Broncos.
37-12. That was a little
How
bit of
about
a
John
domination.
Gruden's crew? How
Yeah,
about John Gruden?
they're getting better. They're getting better.
They've got 5 turnovers in this game. 4 interceptions, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery, I believe.
That's not a bad defensive day, is it? Now,
No.
Gruden's known for having a decent defense. Remember his Tampa Bay defense he had?
That was a monster.
That was a monster defense. So maybe he's building something similar in Las Vegas. We'll find out.
I'm going to keep my eye on the Raiders this year.
They might sneak up and take somebody
They're
out.
the
might
5th
they?
seed right now.
Ooh, the 5th seed. Ooh, that would be an interesting game, wouldn't it? The 2 seed playing the 5 seed.
Yeah.
That would be fun. We had the Chargers at the Dolphins.
Another team we need to keep our eye on.
3 in a row. They've won 3 in a row since they put into it.
The Dolphins.
The
The Dolphins have a chance to make the playoffs this year
What?
and get a top 5 pick from the Texans because
Poor Houston. Poor Houston.
that is just absolutely absurd.
We do need to watch the Dolphins, though, because the Dolphins are
Look
actually...
pretty good.
They're getting hot at the right time. Now, it's not because Tua, but Tua's brought a little fire to the team. He
Ryan
brought a little
Flores may be a
brought a little
candidate for
fire.
Coach of the Year.
Yeah, he could be, yeah. We had the Bills at the Cardinals. Oh, my goodness. One of the plays
DeAndre
of the year.
Hopkins, get up in the air, catch that ball.
Yeah, the Bills got a touchdown with 34 seconds left.
And they let the
And
Cardinals,
lost.
And they let the Cardinals because of their poor coverage on the Hail Mary pass.
Well, how did they even let them get that far with just 34 seconds? How'd they let them get to the 50-yard line to begin with?
I have no clue whatsoever, but you don't give DeAndre
I
Hopkins
think,
behind you.
now, Diggs has been unbelievable for the Bills this year. That touchdown catch he
Should
called,
have been the end.
I think they thought it was. So they were like, okay, let's go back in a little prevent defense here.
And the Cardinals,
the Cardinals went, I'll rip your heart out.
that win puts them at first place in the NFC West.
A 50-yard Hail Mary that DeAndre Hopkins caught in the middle of 4 guys.
4 Bills.
4 Bills.
Or 4 or 5 Bills.
Yeah, then, man, that was an exciting game.
Because of this next game we're about to cover.
Seahawks-Rams.
The Seahawks defense is pitiful.
Horrible.
Awful.
Yeah, their defense is worse than Tennessee's. Yeah.
They're worse than the Jets.
And the bad thing is, Wilson didn't look very good this
Didn't look very good
He
this
threw
game.
some interceptions that he shouldn't have thrown.
He should have thrown, especially that one in the end zone.
Yeah,
that
that
he
one
could have avoided.
that one in the corner end zone that he threw back across his body was a gimme.
Rookie
It was
mistake,
a giveaway.
probably.
Yeah, that was.
And that puts the Rams ahead
Rams
of them.
in second place
The Seahawks dropped from first to third in their division.
in one weekend. They went from first place to third place and a wild card candidate now.
Yeah, that hurts.
From a home field game
to a wild
to a
card team.
wild card candidate right now.
That's what happens when you have
Exciting things are happening this weekend. I told you, it's getting that time of year where you make it, you break it, or it's time to get hot and, you
or
get
it's
going.
time to continue thinking about the future.
Yep. Speaking of that, the 49ers went to the Saints, and the 49ers are thinking about the future.
Yes, indeed, they are thinking about the future.
But
Especially next season. But the Saints got a hit with a
they got hit
sledgehammer.
with a sledgehammer. Yeah, Drew Brees got tackled pretty hard. Personal foul penalty on it, but
It turned out to be pretty bad.
Three
MRI.
broken ribs on one side, four
collapsed
broken ribs
lung.
on the other side, and a collapsed lung. So he's probably going to be out for, I don't know. It's not a terrible injury, but it's hard to breathe when you have a broken rib, much less throw a football
or a collapsed lung.
So they can get that back up pretty easy. But I would say he's going to be out a couple of weeks anyways.
Yeah, because that is not that hurts.
What do we get in its place?
Turnover Jameis.
We get famous Jameis.
Hopefully he doesn't turn the ball over like he did in Tampa.
He came in and played the last of this game and was not bad.
And turnover free.
He did not lose the game. That's all you can ask.
For Jameis Winston.
Don't lose the game.
Don't force a bad pass in there.
Don't force. There's too much talent on that team to force anything.
Yeah.
Let's see what Winston
will do with the
I honestly think this is with
redemption time?
with that coach. He's got with Peyton. If he doesn't play good for him, then he probably can't play good for anybody. Because Peyton is an offensive-minded person.
Yeah.
He'll take the talents that Winston's got and really play them good. So I am anxious to see what the Saints look like this week with the best player in the NFL, Alvin Kamara. And see, because, you thought he was getting the ball a lot before this?
He's going to get the ball even more.
He'll get me more now. All right, let's see. We had the Bengals at the Steelers. Domination.
The Steelers did what they were supposed to do. They were the more talented team. They were the better defensive team, offensive, special teams, complete effort.
And again, for the first time in the Steelers' history,
9-0.
9-0.
You'd think with 6 Super Bowl championships
that they would have been
division
9-0 at some point. Nope. And the scary thing is, they're getting better every game, it looks like.
And Big Ben's going to be turning back the clock.
Unless Big Ben gets hurt, they are going to go deep into the playoffs. I foresee them.
It's scary enough to think that every team in the AFC is going to go to the Heinz Field in the playoffs.
I can see the Steelers,
the Chiefs
playing in the AFC Championship right now. Isn't that really the best two teams in the AFC?
Right now, in terms of playing right now.
Would that not be just fantastic?
I don't know.
I would like to see the Titans. I would like to see the Titans turn around their defense and like to see the Titans and the Chiefs again. But it looks like the Steelers are so good right now.
Yeah, they're playing so well. But
yeah.
On the other side, the Bengals' offensive line was pretty bad again.
And you know what?
Joe Burrow got hit every time he was sent back into the
Baltimore was playing really good last year too. Then they got mowed down by Tennessee. So you never really know. But now's the time to start doing it.
Speaking of the Ravens.
Ravens at the Patriots.
The Ravens took a bad slip up.
Now, 23-17. Cam and the Patriots really needed that, though. And they really needed something to
They're in the playoff chase, but
spirits.
they needed something like that.
They needed something. And they're going to have to win out from this point, probably. Maybe lose one game. That's the most they can do if they want to make the playoffs. But it was good to see Cam come back in and play positive and be positive and their team go positive.
This was a bad loss for Baltimore. Now they went to the 7th seed.
They went from they were the 5th seed
to the 7th seed.
To the 7th seed. Again, in one weekend, you lose 2 seeds. And if you have another slip up, you could be
out of the door.
Out of the playoffs. That's how good this is.
The
AFC is so talented right now. A lot of their divisions only have 3. Most of the teams only have 3 losses. So it's going to be hard. You have to fight to get into the playoffs this year.
It's a dogfight to get into the AFC this year.
A 10-win team might miss the playoffs this year.
Maybe we should have 8 teams.
Yeah, maybe we should have 8 teams. All right, let's see here. And then Monday Night Football, we had the Vikings at the Bears.
The Bears' offense is absolutely horrific.
I don't think they had one. I didn't see one.
It's a train wreck.
I don't think I saw one on the field when I was watching it.
It's an absolute train wreck.
But the Vikings still almost managed to lose 19-13. But they didn't. The Vikings won.
The Vikings have an easy schedule from here on out.
Yeah. The Vikings have a chance to squeak up into a wild card.
They could go 7-5. Their 3 opponents are 9-22 overall.
So what you're saying is we got a chance.
The Vikings have a chance as long as they rely on Dalvin Cook.
All right, let's go ahead and jump on up into Week 11 predictions. Thursday night, we got a pretty good game. Actually, it's a really good game.
Decides who's first in the NFC West.
Yeah, and then who might miss the playoffs.
Seahawks, Cardinals.
Cardinals at the Seahawks. 6-3 versus 6-3. The first place Cards versus the third place
Seahawks.
Seahawks. And
The Cardinals will score a lot because the Seattle's defense is terrible.
And the winner of this may be the Rams. Because they're in second place. Who knows what's going to happen? They may jump up. But can you imagine Seattle going from looking like one of the best teams in the league to being 6-4 and maybe missing the playoffs?
Russell Wilson's going to have to do a lot.
Yeah, they would have to finish out 4-2 at the worst, probably, to be 10-6.
Or 11-5.
Or 11-5. They would have to win out to be 11-5. So this game means a lot. One of these two teams is going to get a big step forward, and the other one's going to take a huge step backwards. Yeah. So who do you think is going to take it?
Cardinals
Seahawks.
takes the first one, so
Seahawks revenge game. It is Seahawks at home.
I might pick Seattle, but mainly just because of Russell.
Yeah, you got to pick Russell. And how many more 50-yard miracles does
the Cardinals need?
The Cardinals have left in the bag? Yeah. Okay, we got the Seahawks on that one. How about the Lions at the Panthers? I'm going to take the Panthers. The Lions are horrid. I don't care how young your defense is. It's the Lions.
It's the Lions. This is Detroit.
So I'm going to take Carolina. Eagles at the Browns. I'm going to take the Browns.
Carson Wentz has been absolutely mediocre incarnate.
Yeah.
If you see his touchdown-interception ratio, then that tells you all that you need to know.
Yeah, and the Eagles have a decent defense, but they're not the best defense. So I think with those two running backs, with Chubb and Hunt, I think Cleveland's going to run the ball a little bit on the Eagles. So we'll take Cleveland that one. Falcons Saints. I will still take the Saints with Jameis Winston because it's the Falcons. I'll take them easily.
Easily.
Maybe 7 points. I don't think it's going to be close.
No.
We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Washington Football Club. Bengals. I'll take the Bengals there too.
Joe Burrow is going to pass all over Washington.
Yeah, he will. Steelers Jaguars.
Steelers by a country mile.
This may be the easiest win of the week. Yeah, the Jaguars played good last week, which means they're not going to this week. Yeah, this is the lock of the week. You got Steelers all over them Jaguars there, and it's probably it's going to be 10+ points probably. Titans Ravens.
That is going to be a very important game.
This is another very important game, just like
the Titans cannot lose.
No, but the Ravens at home, they're at home.
Coming off a loss to New England,
are favored by 6.5. So they're expecting the Ravens to win.
So what is your pick? Do you pick Lamar Jackson? Or do you trust the Titans' defense?
I would probably take, with that being 6.5 points, I'd probably take the Titans. I don't know if the Titans are going to win, but I do think it would be a 3 to 4 point game. 27-23 might be a good one. 26-20, 24-20. I just don't think it's going to be 6.5 points. Baltimore might win, but Titans, you're catching 6.5 points. I believe I'll take me some Titans on that one. Patriots, Texans.
Patriots. The Texans are just so destroyed.
They just don't have anything left. They got some more injuries, too.
Because Bill O'Brien.
Who's not there anymore.
Yeah. I wonder how that trades with DeAndre. Okay, well, stop mentioning DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, it's over. No, it ain't. It's fun to beat on that horse. Dolphins, Broncos. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
The Dolphins, they have a good defense. They have a takeaway in, I think, 15 straight games.
And they'll have another one because guess how many interceptions the Broncos threw last week? 4. So if the Broncos could throw 4 last week, then guess what they might do this week? At least 1 or 2.
Maybe a fumble.
Maybe even a fumble or 2. So, yes, I am going with the Dolphins on that. We got the Jets, Chargers.
I'm so sorry, Al. But
yeah.
Do you want to pick the Chargers?
I probably have to pick the Chargers, yeah. Even if the Jets try to win, they're going to lose at the end because they want Trevor Lawrence. Tanking for Trevor.
Do you want to pick the Chargers to hold the lead, though?
Oh, that's right. Man, the Chargers might get a lead and then blow it to the Jets, but then the Jets are going to blow it because they don't want to win. These two teams are whoever loses the worst in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
We got the Packers at the Colts. This is going to be a good game. The Colts are actually favored by 2 points against the Packers.
Can Aaron Rodgers get past the Colts D?
I am not going to go against Aaron Rodgers. I did it once before. I'm not going to do it this time. I don't know if Indy can go 2 in a row against 2 tough teams. Now, their defense is good, but Aaron Rodgers has got...
And Phillip Rivers is Phillip Rivers.
And Aaron Rodgers has got some decent... he's got a really good receiver, and he's got a really good running back. Both of them are healthy this week. So, I'm going to go with me some Packer. Got a little +2 on that one, too, so that's a little extra. Cowboys, Vikings. I'm not picking the Cowboys to win anything.
Especially with how they've looked.
No.
I mean, they're just so injury-riddled on the O-line and then the quarterback position.
They have nothing left. Half their team's injured. Yeah, them and the 49ers are two of the most injured teams in the NFL this year. Chiefs, Raiders, Chiefs.
This is going to be a revenge game. The only team that Kansas City lost to was the Raiders.
8-1. Yep.
This is going to be revenge.
This is going to be a revenge game. And then Monday night, we got the Rams at the Bucs. Man, Chiefs Raiders is Sunday night. That's going to be a really good game. And then Monday night, we got Rams Buccaneers. That'll be a really good game, too.
This is going to decide a lot of things in the NFC playoff picture.
As hot as the Tampa Bay is right now, I'm probably going to have to go with Tampa Bay.
You're going to pick the Bucs?
Probably going to have to go with the Bucs. The Bucs defense is probably a top 5 defense. They looked extremely well on defense.
Outside of the Saints game.
Yeah, but that's their race. And that was the offense that looked bad, too. So, but I really think the Bucs defense might handle the Rams. So I'm probably going to go with the Bucs on that. So that means whoever wins between the Cardinals and the Seahawks is still first place. So it's going to be an interesting weekend this weekend. That's it. That's all of the football for Week 11.
Press the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Send us a thought down below on what you think is going to happen this week.
Yeah, hit the groovy baby button over here somewhere on his head.
Somewhere over my head or somewhere on my head.
Somewhere over there. Other than that, we'll see you next week for some more NFL football.
See you next week.